Hi, this is Matt from QuickRegister.net. Hey, and I just had an idea, and I thought I'd share it with you. I've been at this internet marketing game for quite a while, well over a decade, and I've done quite well with it. And there's been times I've done real well, and sometimes less. I didn't want to work as hard, whatever. And also, I find that things change. There were projects I had 10 years ago that worked fantastic that don't work as well now because times have changed and there are other concepts out there, and you have to keep growing and learning, and that's what I'm in process of doing. Um, I've had this forum for quite a while, and I'm in the process of rebuilding it. Um, it started off as just a free advertising forum, and then I wanted to make it to a real forum where people actually talk to each other instead of just spam messages. Both worked actually, but I think there's more of a future in the real forum. And then I put up a classified ads site for people who just wanted to put their ads, and that has worked really well actually. Um, but I've accumulated quite a big list there of people who've agreed to be on my newsletter and who are members of the forum. As you can see right here, 163,000. That is a big list. The problem is when I send out to it from my servers, if I send it to it all at once, I found that there are a lot of undeliverables. However, I've noticed that if I just send out to a little bit at a time, there's a much lower percentage of undeliverables. And I think there's something going on with the various ISPs out there that see a volume of email coming through and start to block it. And so I came up with an idea. Um, that idea was to rehash this mailing list, okay? And how I was going to do it is I'm going to create an autoresponder series. Now, I use autoresponseplus.com, and I have it on my own VPS server. This is an option for those of you who have a large list and want to manage the list yourself. I also have had accounts with Aweber and GetResponse.com, and they're excellent, and I still use them. But if I'm going to have a newsletter with my forum, well, they didn't opt in to my Aweber list, and if I was going to upload this list to Aweber, first of all, it cost me thousands of dollars to have a list this big. With Aweber, okay, and secondly, they all have to reconfirm again, even though they've already confirmed, uh, uh, from my forum. So it's just not practical, and it would just cost me. I have no idea how much it would cost me for 163,000 thousands, probably with Aweber, even if they would even take the list. So I manage my own list using ARP Reach. Autoresponseplus.com was the old system. ARP Reach. And is quite good software. And I highly recommend it. It does take some technical knowledge to get it going, but not that much. If you do have a large list that you need to manage, it is well worth it. But back to what I was saying is that when I send out with my own server, I think my deliverability is just as good as the big services when sending out small amounts of emails at a time, a couple thousand or so forth. It's when you get to the bigger numbers, my emails tend to get blocked. Now, that gave me an idea. It was to rehash my list. And what I'm going to do is set up an autoresponder series just for the free ad forum people. And I'm going to take this list, instead of sending to them all at once, I'm going to pick a number, maybe with a list this size, maybe we're talking 1,000 to 2,000. Okay, and every day upload that to the autoresponder series. And the autoresponder series is going to be a series of messages which are going to be mainly informational and giving away free things. I'm not going to sell anything in these messages. The whole idea is to get more traffic to my forum, get more interaction in my forum, and not to sell anything. So it's going to be a very soft approach, and it's going to be a long-term approach. And that long-term approach is something that is alien to most people starting out internet marketing, because they want it all, and they want it all right now, and generally they don't get it because tomorrow comes, 7 days now comes, a month from now comes by and they don't have a strategy for consistent marketing. And this is one of the number one problems I see with internet marketers now is they just want it all and they want it right now. They're not thinking long term. And long term, I'm just talking about a month even. So what I'm going to do is take this 163,000 list, and I'm going to set up a really nice autoresponder system series with informative blog posts, informative videos, free software that I'm in the process of creating that relates to the niche, and drip feed these people in for months, okay? And that way, I'm going to get a much higher deliverability on the emails. Plus, I'm creating a constant, regular flow of traffic to my site. Plus, I'm developing a great rapport with the people on the list because I'm giving them valuable information. I'm not going to put any pitches in there, okay? Valuable information, and I'm building up my property, and which really is where it's at, because if you have a forum with thousands of people who are interacting and it's people are really exchanging real information, you have real visitors, that's very valuable on many fronts, on advertising you put on the forum, on your other newsletter, which I do have with Aweber, which does put the various offers out. And eventually, if you wanted to sell a property like that, it's actually worth quite a bit of money, just like real estate. But it has to be a property that has real visitors and real people coming, interacting. So in order to do that, you have to have a longer-term strategy. So with a software like ArtBreach, I can do this. I can create email messages. Yeah, I could show my... Here, let's ask me to log in again. That's all right. It logs me out after a while. But I can create a whole series of email messages, and I send them out to people bit by bit. And I like to say that if you have a list that you haven't really sent to for a while, that is an option for you to set up a whole new autoresponder series and to gradually drip feed information to these people. It's just a way to rehash an old list and get the most value out of it, and give the most valuable information to your subscribers as well. It's easy for you to say. So in any case, it's just an idea I had. I thought I'd share with you and put it up on YouTube. Not a big deal. So if this idea works for you, go for it. If you have questions, let me know. I'll be glad to help you, point you in the right direction to get you started on how to do something like this. All right. Thanks a lot. This is Matt from QuickRegister.net.